Dr. Joe and my pack bear, Callie and Remy, and today we're going to show you the top 7 treatments for headache relief. So let's get started. Yeah. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click on the button down there. So this is for headache relief in general, any kind of headaches, but this is great for a cervicogenic headache. And if you don't quite know what a cervicogenic headache is, you might have it and just don't know about it. Cervicogenic headaches are really based upon upper cervical issues of the segment, the ligaments, or the muscles. And these are actually about 20% of people's headaches. And a lot of times it is one-sided. We'll call it like a ram horn. You'll feel the pain coming up around. Sometimes it's kind of around the temple area, but it usually comes from the neck all the way up, sometimes kind of back behind your eye. And a lot of times these are misdiagnosed as migraine headaches, but it's really a mechanical dysfunction versus migraines, which are usually like a chemical dysfunction. So these are great for those as well, and just in general, some headache relief, gonna make you feel really good. So the first one is just gonna be a chin tuck. Chin tucks are my favorite. If you've watched any of my neck videos or other headache videos, chin tucks are really, really great for your neck, shoulders, everything up here, because it's resetting those muscles. And a lot of times headaches come from, let's say we're working on the computer or we're playing a game or even watching a movie, and we get closer and we get closer like that, and then we end up straining all of these muscles in our neck area. So a chin tuck, simple to do, and it's really effective. So it's not tucking your chin down, but you're tucking your chin back. You want to keep your chin in a neutral position here. So not down tucking in, not up tucking in, but right here. And then you're just taking that chin and tucking it in, where you're getting lots of little chins down here. Once you get in this position, you want to hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. And a lot of times you'll notice that you might have started here and then you do the chin tuck, and once you relax, you have a big space in between because it's resetting those muscles. So it's a really, really nice way to kind of get started, warm it up, stretch it out, and kind of exercise those muscles a little bit. So holding it for 3 to 5 seconds, just do about 5 of them, but you can do these several times throughout the day because it's just a really nice way to kind of get everything going. Another great way to do a chin tuck is lying down or leaning against the wall, so you're actually then pushing into something while you're doing the chin tuck. You can roll up a towel if you want to. If you have something like a pool noodle or a smaller foam roll, you can just kind of put it in the space of your neck right here. And so we'll check and see if the pool noodle is enough. But basically, basically you just want to put it in the curve right there, and then you're still doing that chin tuck. So this one isn't quite enough for me. I've got a skinny neck, so I'm going to use a little bit bigger foam roll. So just putting it there, and you're still doing that chin tuck where you're pushing that chin in, but now you have something that you're pushing into. And so you're just going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. So then it becomes kind of an isometric exercise. It's really easy to do against the wall too. So if you're somewhere where you can't lie down on the floor and you don't have something to push into, you can do it just on the floor if you want to, and you're pushing in, pushing down towards the floor, holding it for 3 to 5 seconds. But again, pretty easy to do against the wall as well. But while you're doing it, make sure you're keeping that chin in that neutral position. You're not tucking it down and in, you're just tucking it in. So that's a great way to kind of get everything loosened up and going. So the next one is going to be still using that foam roller, but now we're trying to get that upper cervical area, like the C2 vertebrae, C3 vertebrae, that's up here that's sometimes really hard to get to yourself. Get it mobilizing or moving a little bit. So again, using a foam roll is a really nice way to get that spot without having to hold it or anything like that. And when these segments are kind of stuck together or tight, that can cause a headache. So if you get more mobility in there, that loosens everything up. So again, coming back down onto the foam roll. And so now what I want to do is I want to put that foam roll up really close to where my skull comes to my neck, and that's kind of where that C2 vertebrae is. And so you're just going to place it there. I like to hold on to the foam roll, and I'm just going to gently rotate my head side to side. So you can do a continuous motion like this, or you can do where you're turning your head a little bit, holding it for 3 to 5 seconds, turning it and holding it for 3 to 5 seconds. Sometimes people might feel some little pops. That's just your spine kind of readjusting a little bit. So maybe if it's out of alignment a little bit, it's readjusting it. So that's normal as long as it's not painful. Sometimes it's a very nice relief when you get that little pop and you're like, oh, okay, so now I have a little bit more movement in there. So be very careful when you're using the foam roll, especially on your neck. If you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or nauseous, make sure and stop immediately and go see your doctor, because that might mean something a little more serious is going on. But don't try and work through that. If you feel it, make sure you stop completely. So then we're going to go into some chest area stretches, upper back stretches, because if you have a headache, a lot of times this area might be contributing to that headache. So to help relieve it, you want to work all those areas. So the next one is going to be a scapular squeeze or a shoulder squeeze. And all you're really doing is imagine that my hand is on your spine in the middle of your back. And what you want to do is you want to take those shoulder blades and try and squeeze them together. But the key is keep your shoulders down. Some people kind of like do up like this, but that's not what you're doing. You want to relax those shoulders and just squeeze them back. So if you can see, you're just kind of squeezing those back a little bit. You can see I'm moving my elbows a little bit. That I always feel like helps, especially when you're doing it the first couple times, to use your elbows to help squeeze back. But don't just use your elbows to bring them back. Make sure you're activating those muscles in the back to bring those shoulder blades together. So you're squeezing those muscles, you're activating them, you're opening up the chest here, and what that does is that helps strengthen those upper back muscles so you're not sitting like that, putting more stress on your neck, giving yourself those headaches. So when you come back into that squeeze, hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. You can do about 5 of those, and just again, several times throughout the day. You don't have to just do one set, you can do several throughout the day. Then the next one is going to be stretching out your chest or your pec muscles, because same thing, if you're rolling forward like this and your head's coming forward and you're getting a headache and you want some relief, stretching out your chest muscles will help you get back up into this position, so then you don't have that headache anymore. So a great way to stretch out the pecs, there's a whole bunch of different ways, but the easiest one is just take your hands, kind of clasp them behind your back, and what you want to do is push down and out, and while you do that, then you're just going to push your chest out forward, and you should feel that stretch right through there. So this is going to be a full stretch where you want to hold it for 30 seconds. Really getting a good stretch in there. Sometimes you might feel a little bit of tingling down your arms. As long as it goes away as soon as you stop, that's fine. But if it's persisting a little bit, then don't keep doing that stretch. But 30 seconds, 3 times for that one. So then the next one, again, a lot of times our headaches not just come from the neck, but they come from that upper back thoracic region as well. So another way to kind of help relieve those headaches is just to loosen everything up back there. If that thoracic spine is a little bit out of alignment, it's going to cause problems in the cervical spine and give you those headaches. So just kind of rolling out the thoracic spine is a really nice way to kind of get everything loosened up. Some people just like to put the roll straight or horizontally, not vertically, but horizontally. I like putting it at a little bit of an angle, because the segments of our spine, those processes, one on top, one on the bottom, if you have it at an angle, it'll just help loosen everything up a little bit more. So I kind of put it at an angle, and what you want to do so you can really get that spine is just kind of grab your shoulders here. So you can do it this way, but that sometimes gets the shoulder blades in the way. So if you put them here, that kind of moves the shoulder blades out a little bit. And so I'm just going to put it up a little bit higher here, just so I'm doing that that thoracic spine, and just kind of rolling up and down a little bit. And I don't know if you heard that, but I had several pops kind of up in that thoracic area. So just a little roll, you can do it 10-15 seconds, and then just change the angle to do it again. So then you're just kind of rolling it the other way, and I got a couple more pops that way. So it doesn't have to be I'm on the foam roll for 5 minutes. It can be a quick 5 to 10 seconds just to kind of get some releases there, because if you get that loosened up in that thoracic spine, that's going to loosen up that cervical spine and give you some headache relief. So that's really nice. And the last one is what is called snags, and basically that's just getting movement with mobilization. And so the towel does a nice job of the stretch, because if you put the towel here, you can kind of stabilize one section of the cervical spine while you're stretching the other. So instead of them all stretching like this, when you do a traditional stretch, you're really focusing on each level getting a stretch. And that's a really nice way to kind of get some relief in there, loosen some stuff up, because a lot of times that tightness, especially in those segments, is what's causing those headaches. So what you want to do is very carefully, so you don't choke yourself or strangle yourself, is take one side and hold it here. So my right hand's going to hold this one, and when we go, it's going to pull downwards. I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to come up and over, but I want the towel to kind of go over my ear. So not here, but up over my ear and kind of up towards the opposite corner. So I'm pulling down with this hand and then up and over to get that stretch. So the bottom part of the towel is kind of stabilizing that bottom segment, and the top part of the towel is mobilizing the top part of the segment. So that's what's happening. I'm gonna switch for you so you can see the other side. So now I'm stabilizing on this side and I'm mobilizing on this side. Up over the ear, and I'm pulling down, and then I'm pulling up and across. And this is just a really, really, really nice stretch. It gets it nice and strong, but again, if you feel pain with this, or if you feel some dizziness, lightheadedness, don't do it. Make sure you stop. Go see your doctor, go see your physical therapist to make sure, one, you're doing it right, and two, to make sure you're supposed to be doing it. So with these, you can hold it just for a 3 to 5 second, or you can do it a little bit longer, 10 to 15 second, but you don't necessarily have to do it for the 30 seconds. And you can do those several times throughout the day. So there you have it. Those were your top 7 treatments for headache relief. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.